Hi everyone, welcome to RPA Learners. And in the previous video, we have seen how to configure or what are the prerequisites that are required for BotCity. And also, we created our first bot using BotCity. So, from the upcoming videos, we're going to see about web automation in BotCity. And firstly, what are the configurations that are required for BotCity and what are the things that you need to take care before starting the web automation using BotCity, and there are quite a few that you need to know. And let's discuss those in this video. And firstly, the first thing I opened on the previous template which we got from the BotCity, which for the browser automation, and this is the code that we used in the last video. And if you see at the top, it is getting the web bot and the browser, and it is importing it. And this web bot has this class has all the things that are required for the web automation. And first thing, in order to communicate with the browser, the bot city requires a web driver. So you need to install a specific web driver that you are going to use, whether you are going to use Google Chrome or you're going to use Firefox or Edge or IE. And there are a list of supported browsers for now. The list of supported browsers are Chrome, Firefox, Edge, and Internet Explorer. These are the four browsers that they are um, supporting as of now. And if you don't have a driver, then you might probably see an error stating like this when you try to execute the bot. It says Chrome driver was not found. Please make sure to have it in your path or set driver path, right? If you see here, when you come here, it is commented, but we have the driver path. It is Chrome driver.exe, but we don't have a Chrome driver here in this path, right? So if I go ahead and copy the Chrome driver, which I already downloaded, and I copy it and then I paste it here. If you try to execute this again now, it will execute because it finds the browser path in the folder, right? Either you can have it in the overall in your environment variables path, or you can store it in the project folder. So it will take it from there. You don't need to define it. And that is one thing that you need to make sure. The first thing is the Chrome driver, that you need to have it in your folder, or if you have it in other directory, you can mention the path using self.driver dot underscore path. So use this command and then give the path of the Chrome driver wherever it has. So this is one thing. And also the web bot class comes with some of the configured um, default configurations in which it executes by default. It executes using Chrome. You don't need to tell them that the browser is you want to use the browser Chrome. It is taking the Chrome browser, because if you see, it is commented, but it is still taking Chrome browser. So that is the default one. And also defining the web path, we already discussed it. WebDriver path. Now, we have some custom browser options. If you see here, it is self headless is false, and also all the other things. Let's say first, let's delete this. You don't need this. Let me clear the screen. Let me leave what we required. Mastro, we are not using it, so delete it, and then this delete. Right? So we have this cleaned up here. Okay, yeah. So some of the customized browser options that it has is the headless execution. If you see here, it has headless self.headless is false. If you make it true, we don't see a browser, but the process will execute by itself in the background. And the second one is downloads folder path. Let's say if you want to download the files from the Chrome, in a specific folder, you need to provide the path because BotCity by default saves all the downloaded files on the desktop. It don't download in a particular folder. So if you want to download them in a specific path, you need to define it, right? Where it need to save those folder. You need to specify where, like, let's say if you want to save it in a specific folder, then you need to say self dot download folder path, and you need to provide that particular value to it. So it will take that folder path and then download those files in this particular path. So this is one thing that you need to take note of. By default, it saves it on the desktop. Next one, the user profile. When you come to the user profile, you might have two or three different user profiles, but it don't select any of those. It will create a new user profile and with, or let's say, a temporary directory which will later be erased or it will be deleted after completion of the process. It will do it because it, let's say, when you do it on a normal browser on your profile, you have cookies or the search browsing, that all we did, all of those things will interrupt, let's say, sessions and cookies and the shared passwords or the certificates, which might interrupt the execution of it. So they will start a new or a temporary directory and then delete it after the completion of the process. So this is one thing that you need to take note of. And if you want to start in a particular profile, you need to mention it in user.data.direct data underscore directory, and you need to provide which profile to pick, and it will pick that profile to execute the process, or else it will directly create a temporary one and then process it there. And the fourth one is the payload strategy. It is something like an interactive element, right? When you process um, the web page, the elements are not loaded completely, and it will wait for those elements to be completely visible or interactive, and then click on that particular element. Right here, it says page load strategy, and if it sets to normal, it will wait for that. But if you don't set it as a normal, it will start try to click when it is not available, and the process will fail. So these are some of the customizing browser options that you have. And let me also show you that how you define it, your custom options that is not here, right? This is, we don't need this to, let me delete this. And here we are starting it. And then if you want the customized options, we have um, definition of options. You can declare it like this, and then the default options. Instead of setting these separately, we can set it here and then tell them it is headless, and this is a download path that I needed, and mention it there. And by mentioning this path, we are mentioning it here, and then user data, you can mention whatever the profile that you have, and the payloads page load strategy to normal. And how do you tell it, right? And then at last you write self dot options equal to pass these def options, and that's it. You will pass these arguments. And also you can add a special argument, whatever the argument that you want, by mentioning def underscore options, and you can add any argument of any type, right? You can add any argument, let's say hello, and then you can pass it on to the options and then access it from there. So these are some of the things that we need to take care before starting the browser automation. And In the next video, we're gonna see about how you navigate, how you open, how you close, and all the other things, how you refresh the browser, and other things related to the web automation. And that's it for this video. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please consider subscribing for more videos. Thanks for watching.